Hello friends, in my last video I have started the Intruder module and today I'll be discussing about the attack types of Intruder module. Well, there are four attack types in Intruder module. These are sniper attack, battering attack, pitchfork attack and cluster bomb. So let's see what are these attack types. Now the sniper attack. The sniper attack uses only one payload set and it replaces only one position at a time. It loops through the payload set, first replacing only the first marked position with the payload and leaving all the other positions to their original value. After it is done with the first position, it continues with the second position. So let's see what is this. Let's go to our worksuit. Yeah, then let's open our application and log into it. Okay, I'll go to brute force. Let's log in and just say any random password. Enter and make the intercept on and then I click login. So this was the request which has been intercepted. Now what I'll do, I'll send this to intruder. Then I'll go to this intruder tab. It is showing this host IP address and port number. I'll go to positions. See, there are four types of attacks: sniper, battering ram, pitchfork, and cluster bomb. As I told you just now, in sniper attack, it uses only one payload set. Whatever be the number of positions, but it uses only one payload set. That means these are the positions: one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now there are six positions. Okay, but for the six positions, only one payload set will be used. Suppose, see, this is the payload set. It is showing one payload set. So even if I clear also, and if I select, say, this one, and I'm selecting two positions. I'm selecting two positions, then also it will show only one payload set. Okay. Now what he says that it loops through the payload set. First by replacing only the first marked position with the payload, leaving all the other positions to the original value. After it is done with the first position, it continues with the second position. It means that suppose I have selected two positions. And what it will do, in this first position, it will try all the payloads in that payload set. Suppose there is a dictionary I am giving with some say some usernames. Okay, then it will try all those usernames one after other, but it will keep this password fixed. Next, after it is finished with this one, then it will go to the next position, this position. Then again, it will try all the different set of passwords in that payload list, which I'll be providing, keeping this position fixed. I'll show you how it works. Let's go to payload. Let's select a simple list. I'll load one list. Say this one list. This list contains this, say, seven payloads. So there are seven payloads, but the total request will be 14. How? For this position, it will send seven requests. Again, for this position, it will send seven requests. So total there are 14 requests. Okay. Then okay, set. Let's start the attack. Click start and to start the attack. See, just see what it is doing. Total request 14. Total request 14. Payload count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the 7 payloads. Okay. So what I told, for first position 1, this was the position 1, this was the position 1, this was the position 2. So for position 1, for position 1, it first of all it tried all the 7 payloads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it moved to position 2 and again it tried all the 7 payloads. So for first position, say position 1, at that time position 2 was fixed at 1 to 1. This was the uh, password value which was fixed. Again the next payload set, but this was say fixed. Again for the next one, this is fixed. Again for the next one, this is fixed. So and so forth. Okay. Now after this one, positions 2 started. Now we'll be fixing position 1 and trying all the 7 payloads in position 2. See, now ABC 1 2 3, username admin fix. Next 1 2 3 4 5, admin fix. Next this one, admin fix, like that, and so on and so forth. For the last one also same, admin, username admin, password test. So this is the sniper attack. It says that it loops through all the payload set, first replacing only the first marked position with the payload and leaving all the other positions to the original value. After it's done with the first position, it continues with the second position. Okay. I hope you have understood this sniper attack. So now I'll be moving on to the next attack, which is battering ram. Battering ram attack. The battering ram attack type places the same payload value in all positions. It uses only one payload set. Similarly, like the sniper attack, it also uses only one payload set. It loops through the payload set as many requests as there are payloads in the payload set. It means that in my this sniper attack, first of all, one position one fixed, and like it was mentioned that position, say position 2 was fixed a particular value and position 1 was in position 1 all the different set of payloads were changed one after other. But here the case is something somewhat different. In battery RAM, whatever be the number of positions, in all the positions, same payload value will be tested simultaneously. So what happens now? If there are 7 positions, there will be 7 requests because in all the 7 positions, simultaneously all the 7 payloads will be tested. So let's see how it works. Let's go to our this module. Let's go to positions. Now what we'll do? We'll select battering them. Now you go to payloads. Just see, it also has the same one, only one payload set. But now just see number of requests. Payload 7, number of requests also 7 because it is simultaneously testing the same payloads in all the positions. Say even if I select one more position, say 8, then also you will find it there are 7 requests because simultaneously it will be tested in all the 3 positions. Now if I click attack, it will start. Just see how it happens. Just see, just see how it happened. There are 3 positions: position 1, position 1, position 2, and position 3. So in all the 3 positions, all these payloads are tested simultaneously and not one after other. That is why Simultaneously, in all these positions, these payloads are tested together. Okay, this is our battering matter. So next, let's move to the third attack, which is pitchfork attack. Now, the pitchfork attack type uses one payload set for each position. In the sniper attack and battering ram attack, there was only one payload set for all the positions. But here in pitchfork attack and next the this cluster bomb attack, it uses different payloads for different positions. It uses multiple payload set. The first request uses the first payload from each payload set. The second request uses the second payload from each payload set, and so on. For example, if you have usernames with corresponding passwords and want to know whether they work with this web application, load the usernames in the first payload set and the corresponding passwords in the second payload set. Now, one of only one request for each username and password combination is done. Understood? Okay. I'll show you the example how it works. But the thing is that okay, I'll show you. You don't understand. Like this. Let's go to positions. Now we'll select this pitchfork attack. The moment I chose pitchfork attack, see here are three positions are selected. So here it will be showing three payloads. See one, two, and three. So we'll not do this. What we'll do? We'll unclear everything and we'll clear everything and we'll select only two payloads. So as per definition, we'll be having two payload set. Okay. Now we'll go to payloads. For the first payload, a list we have selected. Say for the second payload, say this is username. Okay. Say for the second payload, I tested some numbers. Say I give some numbers. Let's select some numbers. Numbers. Say 100 to 106. Okay. Sequence one. Okay. So this is my first payload set, and this is my second payload set. Okay. Now see how it works. Let's start data. Let's see how it works. This is payload 1. This is payload 2. First position of payload 1 was was matched with the first position of payload 2. Again, second position of payload 2, second position of payload. So payload 1, second position of payload 2. Again, third position of payload 2, third position of payload 1, third position of payload 2. Fourth position of payload 1, fourth position of payload 2. So understood how it is working. Now, suppose I change this number to say 110. So total payload counts in payload set 2 is 11, but request will be 7 because in payload 1 there are 7 requests. So each first position of payload 1 will be matched with first position of payload 2. But since it has only 7 payloads, payload 1 has only 7 payloads, so only up to 7 the 7 requests will be matched with payload 1 and payload 2. After that, payload 1 is no this payload set 1 has no payloads to be matched with payload set 2. So the attack will stop here only. So this 7 and so payload 2 has 11 payloads. Now let's see how it works now. Let's see. The attack stopped. The attack continued till this one, because after that, because after this test, there's no more payloads in payload set 1. Suppose I add some more in payload set. Say I add some more numbers. Say now what we'll do, since now there are 10 payloads in payload set 1, so there will be 10 requests. In payload set 2 there are 11 payloads, but still there will be 10 requests, because since there are only 10 payloads in payload set 1. Now see how what happens. Now let's see. Now it's continue after test also. Now after test we have added 3 more payloads. So it continued from 107, 108 and 110. It couldn't continue because there was nothing to be matched with payload set 1. I hope you understood this attack. Okay. Now let's move on to our next last one, which is um, our cluster bomb attack. Well, in cluster bomb attack, it also uses multiple payload sets. This attack iterates through each payload set in turn, so that all permutations of payload combinations are tested. That is, it iterates through each payload set in turn, so that all permutations of the payload combinations are tested. That is, if there are two payload positions, say like these two payload positions, let me see that. Let me show you just a minute. Say if there are two payload positions like this one, this first position and second position, the attack will place the first payload from payload set 2 into position 2. This is position 2. Suppose this is the first payload. Suppose this is the first payload. So the attack will place the first payload from payload set 2 in position 2 and iterate through all the payloads in payload set 1 in position 1. So this will be fixed, and all the combinations, all the payloads in payload set 1 will be tested one after other, keeping this position fixed. Next, same. It will then place the second payload from payload set 2 in position 2. Then the second payload from position set 2 will be placed here. Again, all the combinations of payload set 1 will be tested, and so on and so forth. It will continue, and it will take much long time. So suppose there are 100 payloads in position 1 and 100 payloads in position 2. So there will be 10,000 requests, 100 into 100, 10,000 requests sent to the server. Okay, I'll again show you. I'll again explain what happens. Suppose this is position 1 and position 2. Position 1 has some set of payloads. Position 2 has also some set of payloads. So what it will do, it will place the first payload of payload set 2 in position 2, and it will iterate all the payloads of payload set 1. Again, it will place the second payload of payload set 2 in position 2, and it will iterate all the payloads of payload set 1, and it will continue like that. Okay, let's see with an example how it works. Close this. Yes, close this. This was our pitchfork. Let's select now cluster bomb. Suppose it is okay. Here also there are two payloads. Let us reduce some numbers. Say 3. I have selected 3. And in payload set 2, so I have selected 2, 6. See, total there will be 21 requests. How? Let's see what happens. I told you, na, that okay. Let's see. Let's start the attack. Then I'll show you. There will be 21 requests. I'll explain you. See, this was our payload one, and this was our payload two. So whatever I told, the the first payload of payload two, set two, was placed in position, this position, and all the payloads of payload set one was tested. So in payload set one, there were three payloads: one, two, and three. One, two, and three. See, again it is repeated, again repeated. So against 100, all these three values were tested. Again, we move to the second payload of payload set 2, 101. Again, all these three values were tested. Then we move to the third value of our payload set 2. Again, for the 102, all the three values red, flower, love, and this were tested. Again, so and so forth. 103, again we tested all the values. 104, again all the values. 105 also. 105 also, we tested all the values. 106 also, we tested all the values. So this attack will take much longer time as compared to the other payloads, other attacks. Okay. So I think you have understood what I was trying to explain in about this four types of attack types. Okay, uh, and I think you have got a brief idea about these attack types. And in my next video, I'll be showing some more uh, things about this intruder module. Okay, thank you and bye.